The inside part is massive. Like, it's literally like a mall. They sell literally everything that you could think of here, whether it's shirts, pants, fruit, vegetables, different jewelry even. I mean, there's just so much. There are also other goods like shoes or toys. Wow, I'm surprised. They also have electronics too. And the electronics range from chargers to phones to even grills they have here. Here in Guatemala, they use the Quetzales, so make sure that you go to a bank to exchange it. At the time of this video, the current exchange rate is roughly 8 Quetzales per $1 US. Make sure that you negotiate the prices because, yeah, it's not like the United States. The prices aren't set. In the actual like stores though, the prices are set and you can't negotiate. But yeah, here on the streets, they're gonna upcharge you. So then make sure you lowball it and then meet yourself in the middle. Also, if you're a foreigner, no, they are gonna try to take advantage of you. So negotiate with that in mind. Things are just so cheap here, like unbelievably cheap. I know the average salary in Guatemala is so low, so it makes sense. But like at least like US standards, like for the price that I am paying here, it feels like I'm like not even spending anything. I saw sneakers for 50 Quetzales, so just a little over $6 US. Like what? What? That's not even $6 US. That's less than that. Like that's crazy how they're able to keep, how they have the price point so low. And I know a lot of it has to do with like when wages are higher, like in the US, things rise and how US infrastructure and all that. But I'm talking about from like a perspective as an American, that when you come here, it doesn't even feel like you're losing any money. It's like walking through the streets, like you pay for your flight and your hotel and everything after that. It's like a drop in the penny. And I know that's all relative, but I'm talking when you're getting full meals every meal and you're spending $6-7 US total for full day's worth of meals, like that's crazy. I gotta say, this market is a lot tamer than San Salvador, because I was in the San Salvador market literally yesterday at the time that I'm recording this video, and that one was much more chaotic, a lot more happening. This one is much calmer. You know, there's still so much activity, so much energy, but what I'm talking about in terms of organization is here you have pretty much set shops that, you know, people know like this stand is theirs, and you know, all the shops are laid out nice and evenly. San Salvador, just kind of like, oh, there was one shop here, there's people selling in the middle of the streets. If you want to get the most chaotic market experience in all of Central America, you have to go to Chichicastenango, which is in Guatemala, about an hour and a half drive from Antigua. I unfortunately won't have the time to be able to go there, but if you have time, I highly recommend it. Even though it's called the Central Market, I mean, that would imply that there's one market and it's, you know, they're all together. But these, it's kind of like many different streets that you turn down one street and it's just rows and rows of the stand. And then you go another block down, another 2 blocks down, and there's another one. Like, they're located a little bit throughout the city. This is awesome. I didn't even realize that there was an inside part too. This is terrific. So it really does extend so much more than what I anticipated prior. Wait, the inside part is massive. Like, it's literally like a mall. I'm not even kidding, but like an indoor mall that has just everything. Oh my god, I just keep walking down aisle after aisle, and it's just new stuff. There are specific areas that, at least on the inside portion, that are specifically dedicated to fruits and vegetables, like this one right here. And then there are others that are selling food, some appliances. Just wow. Also, look at this. Look at all of the clay plates, the clay pots that they are selling. Wow, these are all handmade too. How impressive is this? I'm not even kidding. I've been walking in this place now for 20 minutes just trying to get out. I literally can't find the exit. This is so big. So I just found this shop while walking. It is called Nimpot Centro de Textiles Tradicionales. And oh my god, it is literally just clothes, and it's the brightest colored clothes. It's showing traditional Antiguan garments, and oh my god, it's so vibrant, it's so colorful. Like, it's literally like there's a rainbow within here, and there's just so many different rainbows. It really shows kind of the excitement of Antigua, and it really, this shop represents the culture here, because look at me, and I'm turning around and you see all these different colors, los colores brillantes. This is so exciting to see, and I'm just walking around and I'm seeing so many different things, whether it's shirts, whether it's dresses, whether it's masks, towels, anything that could be made from textile, which also textile, a big industry here, both in terms of selling it for tourism purposes, but also making clothes, traditional clothes for people to wear themselves, but also all throughout Guatemala, not specifically to Antigua, because Antigua doesn't really have manufacturing facilities, but manufacturing of textiles, big. When people say, think of Central America, this shop is literally what comes to my mind. Like, this is literally what pops into my head. The brightness, it feels just like a happiness. There's music playing in the background that, is very upbeat. And you also have all of the different animal heads throughout. Not real animal heads. They're made out of wood, and then they're painted bright colors. You don't even need to buy anything here. Just come here and experience it. I rarely ever say come to a specific shop, because I find like there's usually, you can find many ones that are similar, but no, this one's so different than the rest, and yeah, I love this. Here are a lot of, honestly, what you would find in the US. Typically in Guatemalan markets, you could find things for much cheaper, but because this is in the middle of the tourist hub, they know that the only people really coming here will be tourists, and the tourists will be paying those prices. So you could probably find very similar stuff at the Central Market or other places around Antigua that you can buy from instead. But yeah, still come into Nimpot to just have like a color overload, sensory overload. I just found this other market that is just all fruits and vegetables, and it's all outside, and they all have these rainbow umbrellas, and they're all selling the same thing. So I guess it's like perfect competition economy. Through the less developed part of the market, the part which just has umbrellas set up and women sitting down on buckets as they're trying to sell fruit on a dirt road. This is where, I feel incredibly lucky to have the life that I have. It seems like this market is a lot more cheaper, a lot more of like actual residents coming here. Don't get me wrong, so many of the residents, all the residents went to the Central Market, but this seems like where I am right now, no tourists around, while in the other one it was, I would say, maybe like 60% tourists. Yeah, these are all just local Guatemalans around here. I am one of just a few foreigners at this moment. You can see, obviously, it's, it's not, you can see how it's a little poorer, but it's, at least you still, like, I feel like walking through here, I still get the authenticity, because now I'm seeing like real Guatemalan interactions with each other. I just had a really fun interaction with this vendor, a very nice lady. I got a magnet and a handmade bracelet for 30 Quetzales, So take that to be around $3.60 in price, $3.60. I think it's a good deal. Again, I don't really know if it's a good deal, but she started me off for $50 for the magnet, and I brought it down to $30 for a magnet and the bracelet. Even if I overpay a little bit, you know, these people here are struggling financially so much. So that extra like $4 or $5 here, that won't hurt me. What annoys me and irritates me is the fees that I've had to pay at the ATM to be able to get Quetzales, because those paying those extra $5, $6 every time I withdraw cash, even if I'm withdrawing like the equivalent of like $5 US cash, they'll still charge me another $5 to make that 10. Like, that annoys me, because that's going to the big banks here and the wealthy Guatemalans, because there are some wealthy Guatemalans, but here it's not going to the vendors. But here, if I'm paying a little extra, that's fine. I'm trying to get the price down as low as possible. Also because it's fun, and you know, I'm a budget traveler, so I can't be throwing money away willy-nilly either. Like, end up getting these 4 items for 70 Quetzales. I just had like a 10-minute conversation with a vendor, and I was only speaking in Spanish, and you know, some of the words he was saying to me were back in English, so I knew he was able to speak some English, but we were only doing the negotiations in Spanish. And at the very end in Spanish, I say, "I'm sorry that my Spanish is so bad," and his reply is, "Yes, it is, but it's okay, my friend."